Hi, I'm Chris, and welcome to my training on how to go from burnout to thriving. Fall back in love with teaching in just three simple shifts. So, my name's Chris, and I'm an ex teacher and leader of 20 years. I retrained as a therapist and a coach, and I now help teachers like yourself overcome burnout, stress, and anxiety and learn to thrive in the classroom. I've been exactly where you are, maybe completely burnt out, maybe questioning, do you want to stay in the profession? Um, I felt a bit lost and as well, I'd maybe lost my purpose. The experience on this led me on a journey to retrain. But before that, I discovered new strategies on that can help me, overcome the problems I had at the time. And since then, I've went on to help hundreds of teachers like yourself to go from burnout to thriving. This training is for teachers who feel like they've lost the joy and the purpose that you once had for teaching, and you're ready to reclaim the passion in the classroom and thrive. So here we go. Shift one, managing stress and emotional overload. The problem that teachers face at the moment is it's never been so challenging than it is now. And a lot of the time, teachers will just think they're going to push through it. I'll just get through today. I'll just get through this week. I'll just get through the half term. And we believe wrongly that things are going to change. It's going to get better over time. But actually, it doesn't. And problem with that is it's only going to lead you to one way, and that is going to be burnout. The solution is to learn how to manage that overwhelm, how to manage your thoughts, overthinking, and to calm those thoughts down. You know, to learn to calm ourselves down and relax. One of the tools that I use with nearly all my clients is a little technique called leaves on a stream. And it's a very simple exercise. We're going to go through that now. So I invite you to sit comfortably in your chair with your feet flat on the floor, with your arms and legs uncrossed. Like to put your hands just on your lap, and I'd like to let your eyes close or fix them and a point in front of you. Take a couple of gentle breaths in and out. Notice the sound and feel of your own breath as you breathe in and out. Now, I'd like you to imagine that you're standing by the bank of a gently flowing stream. You're watching the water flow. Imagine feeling the ground beneath you, the sound of the water flowing past, and the way the stream looks as you watch it. Imagine that there are leaves from the trees of all different shapes, sizes, and colours, just floating past on the stream. And you were there, just watching these float on the stream. This is all you need to do for the time being. Start to become aware of your thoughts, your feelings, or sensations. Each time you notice a thought, a feeling, or sensation, imagine placing it on a leaf and letting it flow down the stream. Do this regardless of whether the thoughts, the feelings, or sensations are positive or negative, pleasurable or painful. Even if they are the most wonderful thoughts, place them on a leaf and let them float by. If your thoughts stop, just watch the stream. Sooner or later, your thoughts should start up again. Allow the stream to flow at its own rate. Notice any urges to speed up or slow down the stream and let the stream be. Let the stream flow how it will. If you have any thoughts, feelings, or sensations about doing this exercise, place these on the leaves as well. If a leaf gets stuck or won't go away, let it hang about for a bit. All you're doing is observing this experience. There's no need to force the leaf down the stream. If you find yourself getting caught up with a thought, such as boredom or impatience, just simply acknowledge it and say to yourself, he has a feeling of boredom. He has a feeling of impatience. Place the words on the leaf and let them float on by. You are just observing each experience and placing it on a leaf on the stream. It is normal, it's natural to lose track on this exercise, and it will keep happening. When you notice yourself losing track, just bring yourself back to watching the leaves on the stream. Finally, allow the image of the stream begin to dissolve. And slowly bring your attention back to sitting in the chair. In this room. Gently open your eyes and notice what you can see. What can you hear? Put your feet to the floor and have a stretch. Notice your stretching. Notice the sensations in your body, those feelings. And you're back. It's a brilliant exercise, like I said, for just letting go of that overwhelm, calming your brain, calming your mind. And a lot of people find it very relaxing. Be interested to hear what you thought of it. Another strategy is starting to set up those boundaries or micro boundaries. When we're at work, a lot of the time you get caught on the spot. You know, can you do this? Can you do that? And our automatic response is to say, yes, you'll do it. And then normally when you have said yes, you feel, why didn't I say no? Why didn't I do that? I shouldn't be, I've already got loads of things to do. So it's about spending a bit of time thinking about what is important to you, you know, looking at what you do have on at the moment, and then coming up with a simple strategy of saying no. It doesn't have to be as direct as that, but you can think of ways to say, well, actually, I'll get back to you. Can I check my diary? You know, even things like, well, actually, I've got a pretty full to-do list at the moment. Is there anything that you don't want us to do? Maybe come at that. But it just gives you a bit of breathing space, a bit of breathing time to go away, look at your diary, and then get back in a polite way and just say, no, you don't want to do it. Charlotte was head of department. I was working with recently. She felt really overwhelmed by the workload and found it really hard to manage those boundaries. We used these tools, and within weeks, she went from feeling paralyzed by that anxiety to thriving in her role again. She was able to set those boundaries. She was able to deal with that overwhelm. And it was brilliant to see. Shift 2, reignite your purpose for teaching. Burnout often stems from that real disconnect between you, work, you know, your purpose, and it's very easy in these challenging times now to, you know, get disillusioned. Instead of looking at the positive, you just focus on all the things that are going wrong, things that aren't working. So one solution, really passionate about, and I do it every day as well, is journaling. You know, we are hardwired to focus on the negatives rather than what went well. And that doesn't mean you've got to ignore what didn't work well, but it just reframes things. I'm sure if you've had a full day teaching, I had a great day. but you maybe had one lesson or one student who was a bit challenging, caused a few problems, and that one thing will overshadow the whole day, that lovely day you've had. And it's like that. So when you journal, you celebrate your small wins. It's easier to highlight what went well rather than focus on the negative. And just gets it on paper. And when we're getting it on paper, we're getting it out of our brain because it's easier to go round and round in circles. And also, it gets you to identify and reflect on the why. Why do you do this? Why are you doing it? And it easier to link up all the positives, what is going well, rather than focus on just what's not going too good at the moment. I've put down some journaling prompts here. I will include this kind of in the link below the train as well, so you can get a better look at those because they are quite small. And obviously, in my circle, there's over some of them there. But some good ones to just look at, we'll just briefly mention some of them, is why did you become a teacher? Just rechecking, what inspired you to get in? You're there to make a difference, What happened recently that reminds you why you're loving teaching? What student have you really impacted recently? It's often easy to focus on the negatives that's going on when actually you're probably having an amazing impact on many students, but that's just not focused on. What strengths do you bring to teaching? Teaching most of the time focuses on your negatives, what's not going so well, but what do you bring to the job? How have you grown as a teacher? One thing you've done today, one thing you've done this week that's made a real difference to you, to your lesson, to your department, to your school. And maybe what challenges are you having? Identifying those and just reframing them. Sometimes if you've had a work scrutiny or you've had a lesson observation or learn about that hasn't maybe went as well as expected, it's easy to just go back in my shelf and, start catastrophizing. Oh my God, I'm a terrible teacher. When actually, is it just not an opportunity for some growth? Is it not an opportunity to maybe change something? What things do you enjoy about teaching? What things were you maybe doing previously in your lessons that you're not doing now? It's easy to get stuck in a rut. And very important is what can you do to take care of yourself this week? Now, that doesn't just have to be at work, it can be also outside of work. But the really good, useful journaling points to get you thinking, to be reflecting. Oops. Shift 3, build sustainable habits for long-term change. And again, when we don't have the systems in place to protect our energy, protect my well-being, burnout can just be around the corner. But you can make small, consistent changes to get big results. Going to mention morning reset ritual. Doesn't have to be going down sea dips, doesn't have to be, have a nice cold showers, anything like that. It's about just spending 5 minutes, setting your intention for the day. How many people get up and the first thing they do is go on their phone or they sit in front of the TV for half an hour just kind of vegging out? Come up with something that you enjoy doing. Is it just maybe, listen to the radio for a little bit? Is it just sitting quietly, having your breakfast, enjoying that coffee, enjoying some food that you're having there? And really interlinked to the journaling is keeping a stress kind of inventory. What is stressing you out at the moment? Keeping a log of that. And then make some changes to help with that. Something I found when I was burnt out was I started to isolate myself. I started to step back. Didn't want to go out on the weekend. Just, was eat, sleep, teach, and repeat. So, I started to say, well, actually, I've got to go out on the Saturday. Even just going to the shops, going with my parents, seeing family and friends, just checking in with people, phoning people. It just built the connection again, kind of brought us back out, Michelle. These are some of the habits as well that Charlotte, who we've already spoke about, implemented, and she felt more in control of her time and emotions. She really enjoyed running, but she just found completely overwhelmed, didn't have the time when she wasn't taking care of her, she wasn't doing the running. Mental health suffered. So she started to put those changes back in, doing the things she liked to enjoy during the week, going for those walks on the weekend, going spending time with family and friends and checking in. So here's some tips for some of those um, morning reset rituals. Just doing some deep breathing. You might do box breathing or something like that. That's a great one if you're getting up, you've got some anxiety, just calming that down, getting yourself right, fit for the day. Choose a simple focus. What's your intention for that day? Maybe just writing 2 or 3 things down that you're grateful for. If you wanted to come up with some powerful affirmations like this, I'm capable, I'm calm, and I'm confident, things like that, just repeat those. It's a great one. Build that confidence. Maybe even just visualizing how the day is going to go. Because what can happen, we can do negative visualization. We can be replaying in my head, oh, I've got this class today, this is going to happen, oh, I've got them. And before you've known it, what you've done is you've got yourself all worked up, you're anxious, you're stressed, and then you're more likely to be feeling those sensations when you do get to class because you're already starting at up a height. So visualizing how it's going to go, make you feel more relaxed, and there's a much better chance of the lesson going well. What's worked really well this week? Remembering that, making a note of those little joyful moments. Putting yesterday to one side. That was yesterday. Focus on today, every day, starting the day with a new, clean slate. Little changes like that can make a huge difference in your mindset and your outlook. Because it's so easy to get stuck on the negatives, whereas these little shifts can make a big difference. So, I like to give you an invitation. If you are feeling that you're ready to make a shift, I invite you to book a free strategy call with myself. What you will get from that session is we will identify the areas that are causing you stress and you overwhelm. We'll come up with a clear, actionable plan that's going to help you start feeling more control, less burnout. And you'll get the next steps of what you need to do to manage your stress, discover your purpose, and reignite your love for teaching. So if that's something that you're interested in, send us a DM, get that booked in, and we can have that strategy call together. If you have enjoyed this training, but maybe not ready for strategy call, that's fine. Just follow me for more content. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Again, send us a DM, come through and follow, and hope to hear from you soon. Take care.